to Montreal last year after 5 years of working online in many temporary cities and countries. Long story short, the plan was to live here while getting me a spouse visa to live in New York with my husband, but that didn't go as we had hoped, so we had to change the plan. The new plan is to stay in Canada for a few years until we get PR, permanent residency. Of all the possible pathways to get PR, the best one for me is to get work experience in a Canadian-based company. But after all these years of savoring the freedom of working for myself on my terms, my time, and my schedule, working in a company was not exactly in my plans. I am a little bit afraid of going to a traditional 9-to-5 job and end up not enjoying my life as much. But then this morning when I was working out and thinking about this, I noticed the first signs of autumn changing the color of the leaves outside the window. It made me think how sometimes, even if we're not feeling ready, the seasons of our lives start to change. And the best thing that we can do is to adapt and learn to enjoy the process. I've been feeling very overwhelmed in the past days, not very productive, juggling all the things I need for my work, for finding a work here. So I'm gonna go to the coffee shop, apply for a few jobs. Something about the coffee shop that locks my focus down and I'm able to reset. Also, I get to spoil myself because this coffee shop has the best matcha cookie I've ever had in my life. I think about this matcha cookie all week. Oh my god. Step 1, I need to find a job. The problem is I haven't applied for a job in forever. I started working online for myself during my university, so I never really applied for a full-time job before. I started by making a resume and realizing how hard it was to transform my entrepreneurial skills into bullet points. I had a small existential crisis doing this, but then I mapped out my biggest accomplishments and used ChatGPT to help me transform it into resume-worthy content. After that, I started looking for possible positions and used the job keywords to optimize my resume for each application. It's so weird to dedicate hours applying and most of the times get no response. It's been a frustrating process for sure. Made me question a lot of things and doubt myself. If there's something wrong with me, if my lack of traditional work experience will get in my way, how many more applications will I have to send? How long this process will take? Today was a good day. Yesterday wasn't, but today was a good day. I ended up applying for 3 jobs. I haven't applied to that many, to be honest. The only one that I did a test, that was the second phase, I didn't pass, and that was very frustrating. But now I moved on. I'm on to the next tries. I am focused on the next opportunities that I have to apply for, but it took a few days for me to settle, to not let that bring me down so much on my talent, on my skills. Know that it was just not the right one for me. The right one will come. I'm applying for jobs as an immigrant, so it's not any job. It can't be anywhere. All these little bits that I have to put together sometimes is very exhausting and overwhelming, but today was a good day. It is the first time I go through this process of being an immigrant because I've been a nomad. As a nomad, I knew I was not gonna stay. It wasn't that hard. I didn't need to get a job there. I didn't need to worry as much for visas. So now I'm migrating from nomad to temporary immigrant here. It's only a phase. It will work out. It always does. If there's anything that I learned traveling with all the problems that I had to solve as an entrepreneur, traveling alone, we always ended up finding a solution. It might not be what I expected, but it might be a solution. We always keep going forward. We have to keep going and generating things, connecting to people, trying again, learning more, taking a break, sometimes getting frustrated, sometimes getting happy. Regardless, keep going. It will work out. I just wanted to work out soon. It's not a joke when people say job hunting is a full-time job. Between one existential crisis and another, I found out that in average, a person sends 70 applications to get one yes. And somehow, it felt so much lighter knowing this. I guess I just have to keep going. And so I did. One application after the other. And I'm actually excited about this new experience. The new skills I'm gonna learn, being part of a team, and honestly, taking a break from the adrenaline of being my own boss sounds great. But until then, I gotta keep applying. Sometimes it seems like the search is endless. Until one day, I get the first positive response. My first interview after so many months of being ignored. And things finally start to change.